Math Minute 60. Number 1 says, would you most likely measure the width of a swimming pool in centimeters, meters, millimeters, or kilometers? Well, centimeters would be too small, millimeters would be too small, and kilometers would be too big. Because kilometers is similar to measuring something in miles. So we would say that meters would be the most appropriate measurement for the width of a swimming pool. Number 2, write the smallest possible number using 4, 2, 8, 9, and 1. So if I'm writing the smallest number possible, I got to start with the smallest number, which was 1. And then would come the 2, and then the 4, and then the 8, and then the 9. So it'd be 12,489 would be the smallest number with those 5 digits. Number 3, do the shaded shapes to the right have the same perimeter? So remember, perimeter is the distance around something. So this is going to be 4 up here because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3 on the side, 4 on the bottom, 3 on the side. So if I added that up, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 3 is 14. So this one has a perimeter of 14. This one has 5 on top, 2 on the side, 5 on the bottom, 2 on the side. Now if I added these up, 5 and 2 is 10. 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14. So they did have the same perimeter, so we're going to say yes. Number 4, negative 8 to the second power minus 5. So remember, negative 8 to the second power is negative 8 times negative 8. And a negative times a negative is going to be a positive. And then 8 times 8 is 64. And then we're going to subtract 5 from that. And 64 minus 5 would be 59. So which shape below shows an obtuse angle? So A is a right angle. That angle right there is 90 degrees. B is an acute angle. And that's because that one is less than 90 degrees. And this one is obtuse because that angle is greater than 90 degrees. So C. Complete the sequence. So I can tell these are getting bigger, but it's by how much. So to do that, I would subtract. So if I did 5.4 minus 4.8, I would get 0.6. So that's how much it's going up by each time. So to get the next number, I got to add 0.6 to that. So 6.0 plus 0.6 would be 6.6. And to get the next number, I'm just going to add 0.6 to that. So 6 plus 6 would be 12, so I put a 2 there, carry the 1, 1 plus 6 is 7. So that's going to be 7.2. Number 7 says circle 3 numbers below that have a sum of 7. Well, what I noticed here is if I added the 8 and the 5, I would get 13. And then if I added this negative 6, and remember adding a negative number is like subtracting, so I'm really thinking 13 minus 6 here. which would be 7. So those three numbers, negative 6, 5, and 8, if I added them together, I would get 7. 8 through 10, use the graph to the right. Which day of the week was the warmest? So I look at which bar on this graph goes up the highest, because these are temperatures up here. So it looks like Tuesday it was like 95 degrees. So that was the warmest day. And on this chart, the white line is the high temperature, and then the black line is the low temperature. Number 9, which day of the week had the narrowest gap between the high and low temperatures? So they're asking me to figure out what was the biggest difference between where the black line stopped and then where the white line stopped. And it's actually going to be Saturday, because the difference between the high temperature and the low temperature was only 10 degrees, because the high temperature that day was 40, low temperature was 30. All these other days have a difference of more than 10. So we're going to say Saturday had the narrowest gap. And then number 10, which of these would be closest to the mean high temperature? So in order to find the mean, we have to add up all the numbers and then divide by how many numbers there were. So Sunday was 60, Monday was 80, Tuesday was 95, Wednesday was 85, Tuesday was 70, Friday was 60, and Sunday was 40. So now I just add these up. 60 plus 80 is 140. 140 plus 95 is 235. 235 plus 85 would be 320. 320 plus 70 is 390. 390 plus 60 would be 450. And then 450 plus 40 would be 490. Divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 490 divided by 7 would be 70. So the mean temperature would be 70 degrees. All right, you guys only have a week left. Keep up the good work. You guys have been doing a good job of getting these done and sending them to me. So we'll see you guys on Monday.